what's going on? Welcome back to Desi Camping RV Live. I'm Dennis, and this is the show where we keep it real about camping and RV life. No perfection, man. No pressure. Just real experiences, real lesson, and real community. It's Monday, so hey, happy Monday. And today we are resetting the week, giving you something practical you can use on your very next trip. Weekends don't always go as planned. The weather changes, campsites and always what the pictures promise. Oh man, there's stories that comes out of that. And sometimes you forget something important. Have you guys been there? You got, oh, I'm gonna bring this, I'm gonna bring this. Don't forget, I'm gonna bring this, and then what happens? You freaking forget. It happens. But guess what? That's okay. Camping teaches us that adaptivity is better than anything else. Every time something doesn't go right, you are getting more experience. That's how confidence gets built. So every time that you forget something and you were looking forward to it or whatever the case is, it'll be all right. You're already there. When there's no how the saying goes, something about don't cry over spoiled milk. Just do the best that you can with what you have. I guarantee you, you're smart enough that you guys gonna have a blast. Sometimes it even turns out better than you actually ever expected. A lot of people actually does ask me like, how do you set up your campsite and so on when I come in with the big class A diesel pusher raha Winnebago. But at the end of the day, it's not like it doesn't really matter if I have a trailer, the big Winnebago, a Class C. I don't even care if one of them, what is it, Class B, the minivan SUV, the minivan campers and so on. At the end of the day, the same thing. The very first step that I do is I slow down. Whenever I arrive, I'm looking. And another thing that I learned from truck driving is get out and look. Like as a truck driver, when we pull up to an area, we're not sure if we're gonna be able to bring the brake rig and so on. We'll park close to the area, put the four ways if it's safe, and we get out and actually walk so we can see, hey, this is a good area. I'm gonna enter through over here and take it that way. And when if you're driving a Winnebago or a campsite, really doesn't matter what you're driving. It's not there's nothing wrong with it to actually get out and look. Make sure that you're looking, see, oh wait a minute. Oh, there's a big ditch over here. So I want to make sure that I go wide enough so I don't end up in the ditch or whatever the case is. So it's really important also on Google Maps. It doesn't matter how much experience, and even if I know this campground for the longest time, I always like checking the Google Maps. I blow up the satellite and I'm looking how everything is looking, make sure there's no other new businesses, any other construction going on. So I want to be as prepared as I can be for that segment. So there's no reason to be rushing. I know you're excited. Finally, after so many hours of driving, you finally get to the campsite. You just want to set up and so on. Slow, especially when you come setting up. There's a lot of mistakes that get done. There's a lot of accidents and stupid stuff that happen on those that initial hour, let's say. So it's really important when you come in and you check in with the at first with the guard or whatever the case is, at the chicken desk and so on. Yeah, you're excited, you want to rock on, but at the same time, take your time. A really good example, 2 years, we went to the Pocono Raceway to NASCAR and center field, and we get there super early. I mean, we're talking. We are VIP. Like when we get there, there's nobody around. Are you on the list? Type of thing. And somebody came in, and we already got the levels. Like we level. We are level on the Winnebago, and this is a 37 footer. We are nice, everything good. I'm outside taking out the beer pong table. Next thing I know, I see the RV move side to side. I'm like, there's no way. I know for a fact I leveled this. Like, what's going on here? Some other guy was backing up with his trailer. I do not understand how you cannot see a big bus like a Winnebago. Like this thing is no joke, man. And sure enough, backed up into it, scratched the mirror, scratched the side. It was not pretty. I tell you what. Even my friend Sal, he's actually the founder and the CEO of Desi Camping Adventures. And he was like, "What the heck happened here? He just hit us." I'm still like, "There's no way this is happening." Like, we are all professionals, but that's the biggest thing. Like, calm down, take your time. You're already there. Now, just finish up the job so you can have a great job, a great time. So, to finish up that story, he came in and he said, "Yeah, I'm sorry, whole 9 yards. Everything was the handy dandy, and we got the insurance information, and we carry on with the day." That's another thing. Like, stuff is gonna happen, especially in camping. Stuff is going to happen, but it's up to you. Are you gonna make a trip? And even on vacations, man, like seriously, stuff is gonna happen. Unexpected stuff is gonna happen, but it's up to you. Are you gonna just ruin the whole trip over one thing, or are you gonna have a positive attitude and just continue the trip, have fun, have at it? And I tell you, especially with the stuff that we do in NASCAR and so on, we're talking tens of thousands of dollars. This is no joke. You're gonna ruin that and the family time, not even the money. The money we can make really fast, not that fast, but we can make right back. But the fact of the matter is, the quality time doesn't go backwards, you know. So therefore, you gotta appreciate everything you got. So it was definitely pretty cool. So the first thing, do not rush the setup. I know you're excited, you want to have at it, and so on, but do not rush it. It makes no sense to rush. Now, before you even touch one single piece of gear, man, take 5 minutes, get outside the site. Like, this goes back to get out and look type of thing, but you do want to get outside and just scan the area. One of the things with the Winnebago or the trailer, it doesn't matter what we're driving or what I'm driving, because I get to do all the driving and I love it, especially on the Winnebago. I'll tell you what, and you guys can rent it in RV share. You guys can go to desicampinnovations.com, and there you're gonna say rent campsite, because we also own a campsite, and rent RV. That's the Winnebago I'm talking about. Man, I love that bus. Oh man, I tell you what. But before, as soon as I pull in and set up the brakes, right? Psst, tss. You like my air brakes? Psst, tss. I set the brakes and I get out. I haven't touched anything. I just want to get out. One, I want to make sure that the proper distance is good to go to be able to bring the extenders out. You know, the um the slides. There you go. Bring out the slides. Took me a second because I completely forgot what the word was, man. And right now is what, January. I can't wait for April. That's opening season, baby. I cannot wait. Now they so we go out. I go out and I look around. I want to make sure, okay, everything looks in its place. I know where the everything is at. Everything looks good. Where's the sewer? Where's this? Where's that? Where's the electrical? Does it look like the electrical area of it's gonna be funny? Does it look funny? Anything doesn't look wrong, out of place? Any dishes? Any safety concerns? And so on and so on. You know, get acquainted really fast. Is there something wrong with the RV? You never know, man. Anything could happen at any time, like for real. So if there's anything wrong with the RV in the area, if there's a tire falling off, you never know, man. So hopefully not a tire. You better know that. But the thing is that, do a walk around. There we go. Just like truck driving. do a simple walk around. Then once the walk around is done, the next thing that I do is I level the RV. Even before the slides, I level the RV and I try to get it as safely and as level I can possibly get it, like to the T. Bring if you don't got like high technology and so on, just going to the Home Depot, even Walmart, getting a leveler will help you a lot because you do want to get it safely, as level as you can. Because, like for example, the fridge, if you don't get a leveler, and you, especially if you're using propane, it might not your fridge might not actually work correctly. A lot of people don't know that, but it is true. Another thing is when you take showers and use the sink and so on, you want the water to go down the drain. I think that might be a good idea, right? So at the end of the day, get it as level as safety. A good tip that I tend to follow is that I don't want my tires off the ground. I That's a lot of weight. Like the bus, I forgot how much it weighs, but they just say it weighs a lot. It's a Winnebago Class A. It weighs a lot, and you got four levelers. All right, so you don't want to strain or break those levelers. I did that before, and gotta get it right. It costly. Like one leveler and doing both levelers, get on brand new for the manufacturer. That's a whole different ordeal. And the whole nine yards was nearly $6,000. So it's literally no joke. Therefore, like taking the extra time and doing it right does matter. It matters a lot. Five, Imagine that 5 minutes on extra, a couple seconds can actually save you thousands of dollars. I'm not kidding. Take your time, man. There ain't no rush. You're already there. Smile. So level, make sure that everything's good. And then I'm talking before the hookups, before the unloading, before connecting to power. Just level up. Make sure everything nice, whoop, whoop, and level. Then we go to the next step. All right, because it's really important, especially when it comes to the water and the appliances. You want them to work correctly, and even if you are off by a certain degree, they don't work right. You know, everybody thinks, oh, this really expensive machines and this and that, it can take it. Yeah, okay. On my first year, trust me, I learned a lot. Then from there, connect your utilities in the right order. First, do the power, then the water, and then the sewer. Now, listen to me and listen to me good. Surge protector, surge protector, surge protector, surge protect. I'm not even playing. Surge protector. You can go on Walmart, and sometimes they even sell it at Walmart. Go to the sporting section. Sometimes even in the car section, they'll have a section at Walmart for RVs. Get a surge protector. Now, if you got one of them things that got like a 50 amp and a 30 amp, get both. Some campsites only gonna have 30 amp. Some campsites you can go up to 50 amps. Just be safe. Get both. You can get them as cheap as like $60. Sometimes a little bit cheaper. I wouldn't go cheap, and I'll tell you why. On a surge protector, and then from there they can go stupidly expensive to even $1,000. The one that I have, it costs, yeah, about $60, and they what a surge protector is, you connect that to your shoreline. Well, you connect it where you're getting the power from the campsite, and number one, it's gonna tell you it got different type of lights, and it will tell you the ground is good, the whole nine yards is good. But the most important, let's say that it's a power outage or there's a surge. Well, the surge protector is gonna break and it's gonna protect your RV. Now you tell me what's better, is spending $60 or even let's say $200 for a really good surge protector, or spending thousands of dollars in your RV. Because electrical, that is a guaranteed thousands of dollars. You mess up the electrical in your RV, it's like you almost don't got an RV no more. Electrical is so important, so spend the $60 or whatever the case is and get you a really good surge protector. Now you connect the whether it's 30 amp or 50 amps, whatever you're dealing with, you connect that first. Then you go ahead and connect from the surge protector. It has the in and it has an out. In your out, you plug in to your RV, and now you are all hooked up when it comes to electrical. But a surge protector. It's really important. Get an Amazon. If you don't got one, get an Amazon and Walmart. But I am not playing when it comes to them surge protectors, man. It will save you a headache. It will save you trip. It will save you from thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars. I'm not even making the stuff up. That's why I'm not even giving you a brand or anything like that. And I'm simply not playing. If you don't know about surge protectors and you plan to connect to any campground, even if you already know the campground, stuff happens, man. Stuff happens. Get a surge protector. Trust me. And you'll see. It's a lot better, man. Then finally connect your water. Now, when it comes to the water, again, and this is stuff that you can easily buy for dollars. I wouldn't say pennies on the dollar, but for example, now that you got your surge protector, right? Now let's protect the water. The pipes, and I noticed this when I work in the Winnebago, like the Winnebago that I have is a 2005. And I tell you what, that the piping is for something so big and so strong. The piping is like these connectors and these little hoses are like, no way, man. You pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for this? Like, I was expecting like copper PVC pipe, like house stuff, man. But it doesn't work that way. Either way, that will make it number one cost more, and number two cost a lot more and heavier, of course. When you guys gonna connect the water to your RV, in this case, I'm gonna use Winnebago, but it doesn't matter if you got a trailer or whatever the case is. If you're connecting water, one, get yourself a regulator. It's gonna number one make sure that the water pressure stays in the green. So like it's gonna have a yellow that typically means like you got like no pressure here. You got water, so you say as you must. Then you got the green, like yeah, the water is coming good, it's flowing, flowing, and you got the red, like hold up, you're about to bust some pipes. So therefore, the regulator is gonna keep it in the green. And some of them, if you buy a more expensive one, like you can literally tell it stop here, and it will stop wherever you adjust it to. Now, those you can easily get at Walmart for $15. $15, bro. And it's gonna save and protect your pipes from the RV. Excuse me. Do you think $15 to protect your RV is worth it, your pipes? Because if you get that thing flooded, then you're talking about mold and everything else. So no, don't even play, man. Surge protector. I mean, yeah, remember surge protector. And another thing is the water regulator, so it can stop. So now you connect the water regulator, to the campground spigot, the campsite spigot right there. Boop, boop, boop. And then you connect your hose to the regulator. Now make sure that you don't got any kinks. You know, when sometimes you roll up the hose, like it might get twisted or bent in one side. Make sure that everything is nice and neat and it's not kink. There's no kink, so it's not twisted or anything. You want the water to go nice and easy and not break the holes as well. Then you have water all over the place, you know? So you want everything as nice and neat. That's why it's really important. The setup, it's like, besides driving safely, it's like one of the most important things that you can do. This is when most of the accidents and stupidness happen because people want to rush it. That's why I always say, like, slow is fast, you know, because fast you make a lot more mistakes. Take your time. Once you do it right, guess what? You got the rest of your camping trip to your chillax and make memories. Memories are great. I got 4 kids and I love my kids. And trust me, memories are awesome. Even if it's by yourself or you or your wifey, like, there's a reason you wanted to go camping, you know? So therefore, yeah, you're gonna enjoy it. But this is how the steps required so you can enjoy your time and have a good time. Now that the water is done, finally the sewer. Now the sewer, some people like that. There's a 45-degree elbow that is transparent and you can see the crack come out. Some people like it. I personally don't. I don't want to see that crap. Just make sure you connect it and make sure that when you open the valves, make sure that the hose that you got, you know, your sewer line, make sure it's good and deep under. You don't want when you open the gray water, you don't want poopy water to be going all over the place, splashing you and all poop water. I don't think that's a good idea, man. So therefore, make sure that they when it connects to the sewer and everything is properly secured. And never forget, Rule Tom, I'm the CEO, the founder and the CEO of Desi Camping Adventures, the company, actually was the one that taught me the ropes on camping and so on. Because as a Marine, I tell you what, ha ha, when we go camp, we got an E2 and we just dig, and that's camp with a sleeping bag. Don't even worry about a tank. I don't even know what that is. Aha, Marine Corps. So, hey, by the way, to my fellow brothers and sisters, all services, man, love you guys. All right, back to the show, huh? Yeah, when it comes to the military, like, we brothers and sisters for life, man. It's like a brotherhood that never dies, bro. It never dies. And if you know, you know. But the thing is that, so you get poopy water nowhere, okay? So make sure that you connect everything and always remember that was the point. Always remember that open up first the gray water. That's the poopy water that comes from the toilet. And then once that's done, then open your gray water, and that's the soapy water from the bathtub and the sink and so on, so you can wash all the poop and toilet paper and stuff away. Now you don't need to use, at least based on my experience, you don't need to use that sheep poop is gonna get on your hands, camper paper, you know, toilet paper, TP, good old TP. But you can easily get whatever you like, Charmin or whatever the case is, but make sure it's one ply because you do want it to dissolve on your gray water tank, on your black water tank. There we go. You do want it to dissolve. So therefore, one ply, you're good to go. You don't need to get the cheap campers toilet paper that if once you try to wipe your butt with it, you get butter in your hands and it served in your butt instead of the oh lordy lordy. But anywho, that's enough poop for this talk. I think you guys get the point, right? Now, once I got the everything's level, I already went and got everything's looking good, and the sewer, the water, the electric, everything's going great. And in most systems, you actually don't need, if you got really good water pressure, you don't need your pump on your RV. You can actually leave it off, and it will just work with the water pressure that you're getting. If you got really good water pressure, just another sign of based on my experience. This is my first year camping. Okay, so I'm learning just like you guys, but I have learned a lot because I own Desi Camping Adventures on the RVs, we own a campsite, and a lot more. Like that's one thing that I like about the CEO, the founder and the CEO. Like he's freaking awesome. He's all about camping, helping families. Like I could easily, and it's not brown nosing, but like I can easily make a whole entire hour show on all the good stuff that he does, even for the military. On day one, he literally said, "Hey, create a charity for the veterans and tie it to Desi Camping Adventures. I want them to be able to go camping with the families. You figure it out from there." And like, tell me, how you in the heck are you gonna say no to that? So it's coming. It's coming. It's taking me a little bit longer than expected, but trust me, it's gonna be worth the wait. Now, once you got all that set up, oh, you're not done yet. Like campfires and camping is like a one-on-one. All right. Hopefully, you get your wood at Desi Camping Adventures. All right, $5 bundle, good to go, bro. Like all how wood. But anyways, I'm not here to advertise right now. The fact of the matter is that set up where you're gonna set up the fire. I mean, if you're gonna, it's not when it comes to safety. There's no overkill, and I'm not saying to be a party pooper and have all this or that. Look, if you get fire extinguisher, just have it nearby, just in case, because stuff happens. And besides that, just check out where you're gonna be setting up your fire and keep your shares and whatever you need nearby. You don't want to put gasoline or a gas can right by where you're gonna be having the fire. And I learned that earlier on. I tried to put some gas into a fire pit, see what will happen, to ignite it because it was raining. So I tried to do that, and I tell you right now, do not do it. Do not try to put gasoline on the fire to make it better. No, don't. All right. Take it from my experience. Don't. Stupid. That was really freaking stupid. But that's how we learn doing stupid stuff. But just because I did something stupid doesn't mean that you gotta do the same stupid shit, stupid stuff. Just don't do it. Don't learn from my stupid, not your stupid. Let somebody else learn from your stupid, the stupid stuff that you do. Because it's all part of learning, man. We all learn. We all make mistakes. You gotta laugh about it and let others not make the same mistake because that's what it's called experience. So also know the campground rules, all right? It's really important that you know the rules and what they allow, don't allow, and you'll be good to go. You know, fire safety isn't about rules and being a party pooper and this and that, but it's about respect. It really is. Like respect one another. And nowadays, like you got a campground and they put the campsites like so tight to each other, man. Like I don't understand. I do understand that you gotta make money because things are expensive nowadays, bro. Like honestly, like so expensive. But at the end of the day, like I don't want to be able, at least in my end, I don't want to be able to throw a frisbee to my neighbor, or if I piss out of the freaking RV, it's gonna be touching the other person's campsite. I don't recommend that, but just figure of speech. So that's why Desi Camping Adventures campsite, they're not like that. You got space. You even got privacy if you want it. You know what I mean? Because we don't want everybody crammed up together to maximize profits. That's actually not cool. You actually lose profits because people want their breathing space, should we call it. So respect one another when it comes to camping. Like it's like no other. This outdoor community is amazing. We help each other, we respect one another, and we just have fun. That's what camping is all about. Now that you are all set up, you got all this going on, nice. Just, I know you want to unload and the whole 9 yards, but only unload what you need. When we come to the campsite, unload the grill and this and that, but you don't want to have things all over the place looking like sweet home Alabama. I actually want to go to Alabama. One of these times out there, I've been to Alabama. That's where I say that. But the fact of the matter is, you don't want everything to be, you don't want to overwhelm yourself or even have a whole bunch of crap all over the place. So therefore, unload what you need and you continue from there. You want to be nice and comfortable and you can organize and so on later. You got the time. You got the time. Now, let's say always try to come in and pull up during the day and during the afternoon. I know with traffic and stuff happens on the road that's not going to be possible all the time. But the fact of the matter is that if you can pull up, check in nice and early, the more sunlight you have, the better it's going to be for you. And if you do have to pull up at night, don't be that person, man. Like, I- don't be making a whole bunch of noise. Some people even get camping. They go to sleep really early and so on. Be respectful for everybody else. Don't come in making crap load of noise like you in the WWE ring and so on when it's 11 o'clock at night. Like that's not a time to be doing that. So when you pull up, when you come in, just make sure it's nice, respectful. The more sunlight you have, the better it's gonna be for you. The more time you have, the better it's gonna be for you. So keep that in mind when it comes to your trip planning. And always add, especially for you adventurers that like going the long haul, like I do, because I love it, especially on the Winnebago. Oh, I'm taking that thing out, man. We actually might do a special and during the summer do the entire tour, good old Route 66. That's in the works that we speak. It's going to be called the Knocking Boots on Route 66 tour, but more on that later. Now, so don't be that person to be noisy and so on. If you can come in during the day, come in during the day. If you gotta come in at night, so be it. But and don't have you headlights on high beams flashing through everybody else RV and so on. It comes with being respectful. That's all it is, man. But you don't need to unload everything up first. You can unload whatever it is that you need and just keep building from there and organizing and making everything look nice, so on. Because you want to have a good time, man. And always end the setup with something enjoyable. Like, for example, my kids like to play beer pong. But before you guys get the cups and everybody over here, it's not beer pong. What we do is we got a beer pong table, a full size beer pong, baba, a full size beer pong table, but we'll put water so they can play. And then instead of drinking beer, they drink apple juice. It's actually really cool. The kids like it because they're playing the full game. It's just they're drinking apple juice, but that is, that I'm drinking some beer for sure. I'm drinking some beer, but the kids like it, and we get to have fun. Maybe some of you ladies out there like to just sit back, make the fire, finally have a nice glass of wine, whatever the case is, whatever rocks your boat, man. We're not over here to judge. We're here to have a good time and create some memories. So, once you set up, coffee, maybe go on a walk or just sitting reading a book, whatever it is, that tells your brain finally we are here. And that's what's important. Finally, after all this setup and so on, you get to chill and make some good memories. And while we're talking about campfires and all this finally relaxing and so on. Listen, if part of your stress-free campsite includes a campfire, we got $5 bundles of firewood or hardwood ready to go at 330 Chase Parkway in Waterbury, Connecticut. And they always dry and good to go. It's gonna be the best fire you ever had. Also, we are also partner with local businesses and homeowners who want to earn 20% commission by hosting one of our power racks. We'll do all the work. We take care of the fire, we take care of the making the bundles, we supply it as much as needed, and the whole 9 yards. We take care of everything. We just need the firewood rack in your property. That is it. And we pay you 20% commission for every single sale you make. We make. We both make because we it's a partnership. It's definitely a partnership. At the core of everything, you get paid, all right? So it's all about supporting our fellow campers and local communities at the same time. Like it doesn't get any better than that. So if you're in Connecticut, you want to have a firewood rack and earn 20% commission, by all means, you can find out more at desicampingadventures.com. That is desicampingadventures.com. Or you can simply call me or text me at 203 519 6008. That's 203 519 6008. And of course, we got the $5 bundles 24/7. So we're here to take care of you and make sure you guys get to have a great time. One of the things that is like my favorite thing to watch is actually all the campers helping all the campers. Like it's like the most beautiful thing. Kind of like reminds me of the most but I don't need to know who you are. You need help. I'm right there, brother. I'm right there, sister. You know, so this is the great stuff that brings the camping community together to help one another. So I definitely wanted to put it out there that this is cool. This is different. Camping, RVing, and this type of stuff is different. It's not like anything else. I love it. Here's the lesson that camping teaches you better than anything. You don't control everything, but you control how you respond. Slow down, be present, learn something each trip. That mindset carries into life, work, and family. If this episode helped you, share it with someone who's new to the camping or RV life. We'll be back this Wednesday at 6 p.m. with more real talk, more how to, and more community. Until next time, stay safe, enjoy the journey, and we'll see you out there.